Hi friends, Mickey Mankus here and welcome to Out the Back Door. Today I want to give honor to all my friends and followers in the South. I'm going to be making a sweet potato pie. I decided I'm going to make this year for the holiday season dessert instead of doing my traditional pumpkin pie. So I hope my recipe is up to your standards. I had just finished canning up a bunch of my sweet potatoes and everything, and I ended up with some that were left over. The canner was full. I couldn't get any more in there, and I decided to cook them up. I was giving examples in the video with the sweet potatoes. It's like, well, okay, how are you going to use them? I use them as a side dish with our holiday meals and everything, and I also like to fry them up in the morning for breakfast. But a traditional recipe is the sweet potato pie. Now, as I mentioned right away in the beginning here, I hope my recipe meets up with your standards, especially those of you that are in the South. And if there's something that I can do to actually improve the recipe, please leave it in the comments and share with me so I can learn. Okay, so let's get the ingredients together and we're going to go over them. One of the first things you want to do is get a pie crust ready. I've already got one placed into the bottom of my pie pan. We only need enough for one crust, but do get that out of the way so once you get this all made and everything, we can dump it in right away. All right, the next thing is you want if you're going to be using fresh sweet potatoes, you want approximately 2 pounds of the sweet potatoes. You're going to peel them and then cut them up into about 2-inch chunks, and you're going to boil them in water until they become tender. It may take 20 to 30 minutes, all depending. So anyway, I've already got that done. Like I said, I was canning sweet potatoes, and these were the extra ones that I had, and so I'm going to be dumping these into a large bowl right now because I need to mash them. By the way, okay, so if you did cook up those sweet potatoes, make sure that you drain them. Now, if you don't have fresh ones and you've got the canned ones, I think it's probably going to take approximately 2 pints of your canned sweet potatoes in order to do this. Now we're going to start mashing it. Stephanie from Berwyn Home, she sells all sorts of antique and vintage things and everything. I kind of took this from her at a sale that we had. We had a trade sale going on that I joined her with, and her mom wanted this, and I said, it's mine. So anyway, all right, let's mash these potatoes up. See, vintage works best, just like vintage works best. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Anyway, so all right, we've got those mashed up. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm adding 3 eggs. Now, these are a large size egg, but I'm just going to dump these in. It's time to switch to my whisk. This is why I'm using a large bowl. I've also got my oven heating at 350 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm also going to be adding in a 1/2 cup or 1 stick of butter. That's still pretty hot. I'm going to wait because I don't want my eggs curdling. We are going to add that in though. Let's do our milk next. Yeah. All right, I've got 12. I have a 12-ounce can of evaporated milk. Let's see, 354 milliliters. All right, shake it up really good. Y'all got a church key? Yeah, that's what you need to open one of these. Or at least, that's what I grew up calling it. All right. And no, I have not made evaporated milk yet and canned it, although it is possible. Give that a good whisk. Get your muscles involved. You know, everybody's so reliant on that electric mixer. All right, I have a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I also have a 1/2 teaspoon of ground nutmeg, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon. Now get that mixed in. Whoops. I was getting carried away. Clean the mess up. As Mr. Mankiewicz would say, clean up in aisle 5. Okay. All right. I also have 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract. Give that a whisk. So what we're doing is we're making like a custard pie filling. We've got our eggs in there. All right. And now I'm going to add, little by little, that 1/2 cup of melted butter. Okay, and this is what our filling is looking like right now. Nice and creamy and rich. All right. Next, I'll grab the pie shell. Okay, here's my prepared pie shell. And I just like to place it on an extra baking tray because I'm notorious for cooking things over and making a mess in the oven. In fact, I don't know what I cooked out just this last time. I've got a mess in the oven again. Well, go figure. I must have not had a tray underneath whatever I was cooking. Pour this in. All right, I guess I didn't make my pie shell quite large enough, or I just grabbed too many sweet potatoes. So there's a tiny bit left in the bowl. That's okay. You know what I can do? I'm gonna grab a little custard cup and bake this at the same time. All right, I put the rest of the filling mix in the custard dish. Actually, I prefer like pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie filling by itself without the crust. Okay, I'm a little odd. I like the filling. So now that I have these plump full to the top, I'm going to do a balancing act. I'm going to get it into the oven because it is up to temp where it's supposed to be, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And now I'm going to bake this for 40 to 45 minutes. I will insert a knife in the center just to make sure towards the end there that it comes out nice and clean. If there's still a little bit of the pie filling like liquidy on the knife, you need to bake it a little bit longer. But as long as it comes out clean, you're good to go, and we're going to pull it out of the oven. So at that point, I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I wanted to use a toothpick instead of a knife because I didn't want to slice in the middle and having the whole thing split. My toothpick came out clean. So there we have it, our sweet potato pie. So like I had mentioned earlier, if any of you people from the South have a better recipe you want to share with me or suggestions, please leave it in the comments. This is the only recipe that I've ever used, so I like it, and there you go. Plus now I can dig into my little custard cup all by myself. So thank you so much for watching. The holiday season is just really special, and I hope this is something special you can join in and share also. So if you did like this video, I want to thank you for joining me, and please give me a thumbs up and share. If you have any comments, leave them below. So until next time, you have a wonderful day. God bless.